Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sideline to Speedway. Here we are on week 9. We have crossed the 2-month mark. This is an incredible feat, as I said last week. Thank you guys so much for being along with the journey. But I'm not going to waste much of any time here. NFL, like us, just finished up week 8. They're on the same path as us, of course. So halfway through the season, lots going on, lots of teams having good seasons, bad seasons. We kind of know where most teams sit at this point. No more question marks for the most part, if a couple teams that are exceptions. But before I kind of get into the week itself, Parker, kind of a boring week in perspective for football, just overall.
Yeah, I mean we've had a great year of football overall. It's been the most entertaining over the past like 5 years or so, I would say. But this weekend was really not great. But coming into week number 9, I think we're in for some good football games, and I'm excited to talk about some predictions for the future. Maybe touch on some coach firings in college football. We had a lot happen there, so interested to get into it.
See that meme online that everyone posts, like the Mr. I think it's the Mr. Krabs meme. It's like everybody give it up for week 9, give it up for week 9. That's where we are right now.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, we'll get to the college coach firings. I definitely want to touch on a few of those, some big names on the market and some good jobs available. But first, we got to talk about the NFL. Let's talk about what we saw this past week. We'll start with last Thursday night's game, which from us recording this is we recorded a little late, of course. It's about a week ago now, so
yeah.
game's been a bit, but Chargers played the Vikings in LA. Chargers took care of business 37-10. I don't got much to comment on this game. Carson Wentz is out for the year, so the Vikings are now down another quarterback. Joe Alt came back. The Chargers look like another star team again. This is kind of what we all expected, right?
Is I don't know if Carson Wentz is out for a year.
He's out for the year. The NFL posted about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, it looks like McCarthy's going to be their guy then, which even he's kind of hurt right now, so I don't know how that's going to pan out. But yeah, I mean, this game was I think it's what a lot of Chargers fans needed to see. We've touched on it a couple times in past shows where the excuses for Justin Herbert are getting a little out of control. I mean, we come into this year and we're like, okay, there's no more excuses for Herbert. This is the year he has to deliver. And when the Chargers are 4-3, people are once again coming up with excuses. They don't have Joe Walt, they don't have Rashawn Slater. And look, I get it, but Patrick Mahomes didn't have weapons or good tackle play either. And he's been leading his team to Super Bowls for a couple years now without good weapons and protection around him. So there's no excuse for Herbert. And so getting Joe Walt back and seeing them look like a dynamic offense again, I think that was great to see. The defense that some of us doubt, not me, but a couple people, maybe someone on this podcast particularly, does not believe in the Chargers defense, but they held the Carson Wentz led Vikings to 10.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, they showed up against a team that I don't think has a necessarily great offense right now. I
No,
mean, this
I
is
don't either.
this is like I think it's a low bar to use that as an excuse, but whatever. I'll let you have it. But yeah, the Chargers took care of business in LA. They moved to another victory. We go to Sunday with those games, and all right, I want to start with the only one score game that we got all weekend. All weekend.
Yeah, game of the week. Who would have thought?
In what really wasn't a thriller for the first 45 minutes of the game. The New York Jets get their first win of the year against what we thought was a red hot Cincinnati Bengals team. Yeah, I don't know. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, we have not seen the Jets offense do that since week 1, really, against the Steelers. Um, these AFC North defenses outside of Cleveland are looking awful right now. The Steelers defense, despite being the highest paid in NFL history, is awful. The Bengals defense is still awful, and the Ravens defense is awful, although it is making improvements. So, um, I was surprised that the Jets put up 39, but when you look at that Bengals defense, it should not have been surprising. But it was a great game. Look, the Jets were down big at one point, and I was like, okay, they're going to 0-8. There's no way around that. But they came back. They got it done. Justin Fields had, I guess, his best game of the year. Hasn't been playing great all year, so it's happy to see him get a win. It was a big win for the Jets fans to finally get on the board and get in the W column.
Yeah, I mean, for the Jets, it's nice. I mean, it's a consolation prize for what's a season that's already over, right? I mean, they're not. I mean, unless they win,
10-7 is on the board. Let's
it
not.
is, but they do have to go and win another 9 straight. So,
Yeah, that's not
uh,
happening.
that would be quite the feat. I'd be very impressed. And I was somebody who was high on the Jets, of course. So, if
Hmm.
they did that, kudos to them. That's impressive. But Jets take the win. Bengals. Zach Taylor. I mean, I said this before Joe Burrow got there. I said this while Joe Burrow was leading them to the Super Bowl. Zach Taylor needs to be fired. He's not as good of a coach as he is painted out to be. He really is honestly at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to capable coaches. I honestly think he's probably, if you want my hot take, I don't know if it's, oh, actually, I don't know if it's a hot take, but my take is that besides Mike McDaniel, he's the next coach that needs to go. Honestly, that is, I don't know if it's a hot take, but I know it's not thrown around a lot. So, but that's what I
I
think of
like
Zach
it. I
Taylor.
like it.
Couple bummy games here. I just want to throw these out here. We'll just go kind of quick on these few. Colts beat the Titans 38-14. Okay. It's exact what? What do you have?
I want you to slow your roll right there. We're not going to disrespect the Indianapolis Colts again. We're
What?
not.
No, I'm not disrespecting them. I'm saying that it's a game they should have won. They won by the amount they should have. Great. They did their job. Okay. Now this week when I'll get to it. This week, if they win this week, I will be convinced. I will be honest. I'll be convinced if they win this week. But we'll get to that.
So the Colts putting up 38 points,
On the
and
Titans,
Jonathan
the
Taylor
Titans defense.
and John. It doesn't matter. No one else has put up 38 on the Titans this year. I don't see other offenses doing this.
Do you want me to
The
tell you
Colts
that?
are
Let me tell
doing
you the teams
more
that have
than their
played the
job.
Titans. Do you want me to tell you
The
what the
Colts are
teams?
doing more than their job.
Let's talk about the teams that have played the Titans, and you tell me realistically if they could have scored 30. The Broncos, who have only scored over 30, I believe, once this year. Maybe no, twice. Sorry, and they're in the last 2 weeks. The Rams, who put up 30, by the way, 33. Uh, the They played the Colts earlier this year, who put up 41 on them. So actually, if anything, the Colts did worse on offense, technically.
Oh, come on.
Technically, by
They went from 41 to
technicality.
38. Ooh.
Technicality. The Texans, who put up 26 in that offense, we already know, we've discussed that on multiple occasions. They beat the Cardinals, who put up 21 on them. That's I don't even want to talk about it. We've the Raiders, who put up 20, again, an offense that is just plain bad. The Patriots put up 31, a team that's been putting up 30-ish on every team that's bad that they've played, and then the Colts. So, I mean, look, they've allowed
You
30
just named
points,
3 playoff teams,
and they
plus the Cardinals, which you're really high on.
just and I'm saying all those playoff teams, yes, they put up 30. I'm not saying dude. I have not been saying that the Colts are like not making the playoffs at this point. I'm not thinking they're gonna throw away that. They have one loss in their 8 weeks of the year. They're not throwing away a playoff spot. But what I'm saying is they're not this legitimate Super Bowl contender everyone's making them out to be. They're not. I have no reason to believe that based off their wins. I don't.
So I will say I don't believe the Colts will win the Super Bowl this year.
No, no. I
I would take the
understand.
Chiefs over them. I would take the Bills over them. I would even maybe take the Patriots over them in AFC teams, just because of the quarterback play. But I think respect needs to be given to the Colts. We
I
can't just brush past. They are having
No,
a
no.
historic season on
Jonathan
offense.
Taylor is having a historic year. I will
No,
give
no, no,
him
the
all
whole
his flowers.
offense.
I'll give
This is
Jonathan
the
Taylor his
most.
flowers because Jonathan Taylor has had, I think it was 4 games with 3+ rushing touchdowns. I will give Jonathan Taylor his flowers because he's the third best running back in the league, maybe second best running back in the league, in my honest opinion. So
So, what about a quarterback that's top 5 at every quarterback metric? Do they
it's
deserve
one
their
year.
flowers?
It's 1 year.
It doesn't matter.
It,
You
it
have to give
does
him his
matter.
respect.
I'm not saying he's played bad. That's not what I said. I just said that I don't think they're legit. Who have they
I
played that's legit besides the Rams? Whatever. You know what? Whatever. They played an injured Chargers team in the Rams, which they played close to the Rams. That's why I have them ranked still. If they win this week, which I'll get to, then they'll go higher. Whatever. Colts take care of business against Tennessee. New England, you covered it. I mean, with the Patriots, they playing well. They played another good game against the Browns. Myles Garrett has 5 sacks, 5 in 1 game, and they
Yeah,
lost by
yeah,
almost 20 points.
yeah, that's bad.
Goodness. But I don't excuse him throwing his helmet on the sideline only because he had the chance to leave. He chose to take the money they were giving him and stay there. That's on him. So If he really wanted to win that bad, that is on him. But Patriots take care of business in Foxborough. They win 32-13. I don't know why they keep scoring like 30-ish. It's very
Yeah, I mean, look,
it's
the
consistent.
Patriots and Drake May this season are fantastic, and actually, I've taken a deep dive into the statistics, and I'm gonna amend my former MVP statement about Matthew Stafford, and I'm actually gonna say that
Wow.
I believe Drake May
You think he's
should be
gonna
the
win
top
it?
candidate
You think
for
he's gonna
MVP.
win it, or do you think he's the favorite?
I don't think he's going to win it, but I still think Mahomes is definitely in a good spot to win it. But I think right now, Drake May is the best quarterback in football. He has all the best statistics. He's been leading his team to victories. He's been carrying an offense that, let's admit it, does not have good offensive line play or good weapons. And
I
yet he's getting it done.
I will say this week was a big impressive week to me because I thought they had played kind of weaker defenses for a lot of the year. But this was a big week. This was a really big week for me for them to go out there, score 32 on what I consider to be a top 10 defense overall in the league. I will. Drake May is playing really good football. I was always high on him. I wasn't high on the Patriots overall team. I'm not gonna like start lying about that, but I was
Yeah.
high on Drake May. I did think he was really good. So I'm glad to see that they are getting the success. Although I wish it was not with New England, but I'm bitter. So whatever. So Buffalo takes care of Carolina 40-9. I mean, I don't know. This game was exactly what I thought it would be. Not kind of a high scoring game on both sides. I thought Buffalo would take care of business. So that's what we got. Um, I don't know. This is a game exactly how I thought it would play out. You?
I thought it was a big statement game for the Buffalo Bills because under Josh Allen, they're undefeated after the bye week, and this has been they've looked really weak this year. They have, they've played one good team, New England Patriots, and they lost. Every other game they played well. You could argue that the Falcons are a decent team, but they lost to them as well. So any above average team that they play, they lose to. So I think coming in and put kind of on the same level as the Falcons, kind of a middle of the road team that has a decent upside if they get good quarterback play. And they went in and blew them out. I think it was a huge sign, but something else that I think was huge. Carolina Panthers fans should be very excited about Bryce Young because the one game that they don't have Bryce Young, they bring in Andy Dalton and they look the worst they've looked
All
in a
year.
year and a half,
Yeah.
a long time. And so there's a lot of Bryce Young doubters. There's a lot of people that say Bryce Young's not the reason that the Panthers are playing well. Well, look what happens when you don't have your quarterback. So I think it's even though it's a bad loss for Carolina fans, it's encouraging to know that okay, our quarterback really does play a big hand in how good our football team is, and that should tell them how good Bryce Young is.
No, I completely agree. A couple other games here I definitely just want to run through. We saw Baltimore. They took care of business against Chicago. They won at home 30-16. I know you're going to hit on this. I'll say it for you basically. We both thought Lamar would be playing. Lamar wasn't playing. They still played well. Their defense held up against what has been a sustainably good offense. Not great, but good offense at least. They held them to 16. So overall good signs from Baltimore for Lamar to come back, which I think is confirmed for this week. So good signs there. Um, uh, man,
I
Denver.
do want to touch on the
Oh,
Ravens
you
Bears
do?
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, before you move on. It was Caleb Williams needed to show up, and he didn't, and the Bears, faltered. But I do have some concerns about the Baltimore Ravens culture right now. If you look at Lamar Jackson's injuries, John Harbaugh always is super generous about his report. He's like, "Oh, Lamar's going to be back this week. He'll be back. Don't worry about it." And then he's not back. There is some kind of disconnect between those two of Harbaugh and Lamar. And once again, like in last weekend's, where Lamar is supposed to come back, Harbaugh's like, "Yeah, he's going to be back." Last second, he's out. Why does this keep happening? I believe that if Lamar Jackson does not play on Thursday Night Football this week, after it's basically confirmed that he should play, I think Harbaugh needs to be fired on the spot because why are we making these mistakes over and over and over again? The culture is falling apart. You can't even get a correct injury report on your superstar quarterback. If you can't do that right, there needs to be a coaching change there because this is getting out of hand.
Absolutely worth considering. I mean, people have been saying John Harbaugh should be gone all year, especially with how the team has played. But just another flame to add to the fire. Um, Eagles, they go to Philadelphia. They took care again of the Giants. Obviously, Scadaboo goes down, so we can't have anything nice over here. Um,
It's
I don't
tough.
want to. I don't want to touch on it. I really don't, just because it hurts. It hurts a little bit. We lost. We had a good offense finally, and now it's gone. um,
Yeah,
Scadaboo and Neighbors are gone for the year, so that sucks.
yeah,
But Eagles, they did exactly what they needed to and not fall to the Giants again, who actually kept it close pretty early.
they
Um,
did. Did you see that tush push play?
Unfortunately,
That is ridiculous. What happened there? I mean,
the tush
they
push should.
basically officiated it, kind of like what Tom Brady said. They basically officiated it like he was reaching over the goal line, not reaching for a first down. If you're still being carried and you're not down on the ground and touched down, if the ball comes out, it's a fumble. That is an essential football rule. I don't get how they mess that up. There's no excuse for it. That to me is ridiculous. And we talk so much about the refs benefiting Kansas City, but let's be real. Over the past 2 years, the Eagles have gotten the most ref benefits of anybody because not only are they not calling false starts on tush pushes, now they're getting away with clear and obvious fumbles. I mean, this is crazy.
It is insane. Tush push should be banned. I've been saying that for 2 years now, but it's a hot take. It's a hot take apparently.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
just stop the play. I can't
I've
say
been
I
on that
can't
side
I can't
for
say
a while,
I
but
can't say what I
I
want to
can't do
say.
it this year
I
because the false starts are way out of hand now.
We're a kid friendly show. I can't say what I want to say, but I got some thoughts
Oh no.
for all my adult fans. Tampa Bay went to New Orleans. They just Antoine Winfield Jr. got robbed of like 2 touchdowns. That was unfortunate, but otherwise, normal Bucks Saints game, low scoring. Bucks take the W. They needed to win. Baker didn't play great, but he didn't play bad. Just kind of did his stuff. That is actually probably the most nothing burger game I saw all weekend. Literally exactly what I thought would happen. Um, we saw Sunday Night Football. Or actually, sorry, I almost forgot a game. We saw the Texans. They played San Francisco. They took care of business 26-15. The injuries are just finally too much, man. They're just too much for the 49ers. It's evident. The Texans, which is not a great offense, even though they're kind of figuring it out, they let up 26. The 49ers did. So I don't know. I think the wheels are finally just falling off of that wagon. CMC is doing everything he can. Like they'll be a playoff team, but I mean they're gonna be in and out basically. I don't. This team does not look. They look like they're surviving, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think the difference maker to me was Christian McCaffrey faced a top defense. Honestly, a historical defense right now. Statistically, they're putting up historic numbers. So the Texans' defense is tough, man. Let's not underestimate that defense. And so I'm not out on the 49ers yet. But I think it is a little concerning that they go play a top defense and look awful. And that Falcons win that they got a couple weeks ago at the time looked great, but as it ages, we're starting to see. I don't know how good is that Falcons
The
defense. They
Falcons
let
are
up
so
34 to
like
the Dolphins.
inconsistent.
Yeah, I
So
don't know. So it's a little concerning for the 49ers, but I'm not out on them yet.
um oh, and I almost forgot this game too. Uh, Denver took care of Dallas 44-24. Denver, I think, scores their most points they've scored in a game since while ago. While ago. I don't remember the last time they scored over 40, honestly.
It's been
Been
a
a
hot minute, that's
long
for
time.
sure.
Good win for them. They kind of needed to have a definitive win. They really needed that. So good to see them get that done. And who doesn't like seeing the Cowboys lose?
Yeah, I mean,
So
I thought the Cowboys were going to win this game,
I did
honestly.
too.
I didn't think it was a good matchup for Denver. I didn't think Denver was going to be able to keep up offensively with Dallas. And I had a little skepticism about Denver's defense after what the Giants did to them. So, but Denver played a great game and they proved me wrong. And for the first time this year, I honestly feel like the Broncos are a solid team. I still don't think they're elite, like a lot of people want to say, because their wins, we've talked about it, their wins against the Jets and the Giants hold almost no value, to me at least. The Jets game is self explanatory. And then the Giants game, I don't think that's a Broncos comeback. I think that's a Giants collapse. So I think this was a big statement win for Denver. Obviously, everyone puts up points against Dallas, but I still think it's a good look.
Yeah, not a good look for Dak. We were talking. Dak was in MVP conversations before this game.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna completely fall out of it, but that definitely hurt his likely chances of winning it at this point now. Because with how the
yeah,
Cowboys were playing, he needed to kind of play flawless all year. So he takes a bullet there. That's his first bad game of the year, but they still scored. It's crazy. You score 24 and you still lose by almost double. So
yeah.
that's
Big game for Denver, man. That's
yeah.
that's a, that's a lot of positive signs there.
Now we can go to Sunday Night Football. Green Bay went into Heinz. I'm calling it Heinz Field. Uh, Green Bay went into Heinz Field. Uh, they played the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, a quote unquote revenge game. It wasn't a revenge game. Aaron Rodgers said it himself. He said that he has no ill intent going to play this team. Um, and it was showed, but it showed through play. Aaron Rodgers fought his hardest to try and get this team to victory, just wasn't able to. I think that's just the clear gap we have in skill between the Packers and Steelers. Um, Honestly, I think the Steelers played well. I just think the Packers are just better. That's kind of where I sit with that. So I don't know. Did you take something else away from that game?
Not really. There was a little bit there that I was really concerned about Green Bay. They got kind of shut down in the first half. Steelers had a two-score lead at halftime, but the Packers ultimately came back. Jordan Love had like 20 straight completions or
Yeah, no,
something.
he was
He
crazy.
Jordan Love had the best game of his career, probably besides his playoff win against Dallas a couple years back. So that was huge for Green Bay. They've looked a little sketchy the last couple weeks. They've been winning close ones against pretty mediocre teams, and so this was a big statement victory. I think they looked great um, against a Steelers defense that continues to underwhelm. How are you going to be the highest paid defense in NFL history and be this bad? I mean, it's crazy to me. But yeah, great game from Jordan Love. Just that was a great performance for the Packers, and that solidifies them as a top NFC contender again.
I think second most points the Packers have scored aside their tie. So most points in a win.
Yeah,
So
nice.
um, you know what? Well, we've been kind of somber and down. There's not a lot of great football this episode. Why don't we spice it up a little bit? I want to put some heat to some rear ends, if I say. Do I have to give the clap? Do I hear some rhyming? Do I hear some BTA?
I think you do hear a BTA, and I think who's really hearing the BTA is Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins come on and look, he's kind of old. Let me do a demonstration for you. How about it?
Oh my God, we're
Kirk
gonna stand
Cousins,
up.
you know, he's got a cane in one hand, and he's just kind of strolling along the football field. Just man, I don't know that that his injuries are catching up to him. 10 points against the Miami Dolphins? The Miami Dolphins? Are we serious? Not only are we scoring 10 points, we're giving up 34. Again, this should be a good defense. I don't know what's up with Atlanta. And Michael Penix doubters should be actually questioning themselves as well. Similarly to what we saw with the Panthers, they lost Bryce Young and looked awful. The Falcons didn't have Michael Penix and also looked awful. So it's a good look for Penix, bad look for the Cane Man, Kirk. God, Kirk Cousins. Oh man, just
Cousins,
look.
do I say?
I don't want to see Kirk Cousins on the field again. I'm sorry. I don't
That
want to see it.
was a
It
hard
was an
wash.
absolute. I don't know if I want to do it because he Kirk Cousins, man. I don't want to disrespect him like that. He had a good
Okay, you want
career.
me to do it for you?
What is an absolute
Okay,
BTA?
You know, you're probably wondering to yourselves, well, guys, you went through every other Sunday game. What other BTA could you possibly give out? We covered all these games, and I'll give you my exceptions this week for who's not getting this. The Dolphins, because they won. The Jets because they won, because they're both bad teams and they won. I won't give the Packers BTA. I won't give the Chiefs BTA. And I will not give the Bills BTA. And I won't give the Colts BTA. Every other team. BTA this week. All of the other teams that played this week, the entirety of the NFL, BTA. Why? Let me tell you why. You're probably wondering, oh, the Patriots, they won that game. They won by almost 20. 5 sacks. Five sacks in a game. That's crazy. How do you lose that game? Let's continue to scroll down this list here. The Chargers. Okay, so you got Joe Alt back, but here's my concern with this. What happens if another player gets hurt? What happens? Does Justin Herbert become the if man again? This is my concern. Does he need one offensive lineman to be able to perform? Can he not do it like the top elite quarterbacks who haven't had offensive linemen like that? The Texans game. The Houston Texans continue to be the most mediocre playoff capable offense in the league. I have not seen a team go out on the field and put up just the most mid offense and still win football games like the Texans do. It's crazy to me. The Ravens game. We already talked about the coaching. That's where the BTA goes. Because where else am I going to give it to? The defense only allowed 16. The offense scored 30. I can't give it to them. So the coaching gets some BTA. Because how do you let the fantasy owners down? I'm a fantasy owner myself. I don't have Lamar, thankfully. But gosh, can't be making mistakes like that. The Denver Broncos, I am not excusing you from BTA for one sole reason because you still allowed 24 points and you're supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league. And I understand this Cowboys offense is prolific, but Dak Prescott has a bad game and you still allowed 24. That's crazy to me, a little bit at least. I think you need to hold a little bit of accountability to that. I said I wouldn't give the Packers BTA. I said I wouldn't give the Chiefs BTA. Eagles, how did you play close to the Giants again? Again, you played them 2 weeks ago. You played them 2 weeks ago. You were playing close all game until Scadaboo gets hurt. That's crazy. This should not be happening 2 times to the worst team in your division, by the way. Worst team in the division. People thought would be the worst team in the league, the Giants. And you play close to them twice. And in Philadelphia this time. That's crazy to me. And then Tampa Bay, how do you just play mid against a bottom 3 team in football with the Saints? Everybody gets BTA this week. Everybody gets it. I haven't even gotten to Monday Night Football yet, but we're gonna get there in a moment. But everybody that I didn't excuse, you get some BTA.
Wow. Justin Herbathetical. Despite
That's a crazy
putting up
slander name.
37. Despite I'm gonna make that stick.
We need
Justin
to make a shirt.
Herbathetical.
It just says Justin Herbathetical.
Bro,
We get so much merch. So much merch.
Look,
If we sideline this,
I'm a little bit shell shocked that they put up 37 and still got a BTA.
nah, they're getting some BTA. But you know what? Let me get to Monday Night Football. Let me get to Monday Night Football because Kansas City Chiefs take down the Commanders 28-7. Okay. You know, I can't give this game BTA because of one sole reason. The main quarterback that is reliant for the Commanders is out, Jaden Daniels, right? So I feel bad giving them BTA. But, God, man, do they need him so badly to perform?
Yeah.
It's evident. They cannot play football without Jaden Daniels. It looks bad, really rough. They don't have any receivers. They don't have their quarterback. They don't have their main running back who got hurt for the year. So this offense is just missing everybody. Everybody. And the Chiefs, they're a sound-oiled machine, and they look exactly like they did a couple years ago when they had Rashee Rice for the full year. So all of that being said, just the Chiefs are back, guys. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, I think it is interesting how the Chargers win by 27 and receive a BTA, whereas the Commanders lose by 21 and get kind of cradled. But whatever. I look at the Commanders and actually the injury concerns are getting even worse. Terry McLaurin, who we thought was going to start to be put into a limited role of the offense, and then they would start to kind of push him back to the full-time number 1 receiver role. He's officially hurt again, and I believe he might be done for the year.
I don't know if that's confirmed or not.
It is a long-term injury at this point.
Yeah.
But on the other side of things, I think they're getting Jaden Daniels back this week. So some good news, some bad news. I think I'd rather have Daniels back, honestly. But I think it's more of a BTA than winning by 27. But whatever. The Justin Herbathetical fanboys are going to come after you.
The hypotheticals can come after me all they want, but I'm just saying it's still BTA that you need all these pieces around you to be able to perform like a top quarterback and have that argument. That's crazy. Burrow did it without an offensive line. Lamar has done it before without an offensive line. Allen has done it. Mahomes has done it. Those are the top four quarterbacks in football. Stafford's even done it for years without an offensive line, even when he was back in Detroit. So all those top
That's
five
debatable.
quarterbacks, top.
Stafford and Herbert have performed about the same, I think. Both fantastic, but
We'll
not leading their teams to playoff victories because they lack the talent around them.
we will see, but all I'll say is that Stafford came a lot closer to winning a playoff game when he had that Lions team than Herbert has come with that Chargers
I
team.
mean, the
I
Chargers.
think of that
Hey,
Cowboys game in 2014, but
yeah,
that
but Herbert did have his guys up like 27-3 at half. But you know,
Brandon Staley.
yeah,
Rough.
the Brandon Staley era,
Ooh,
that
rough.
was the dark
Rough.
ages.
Um,
So glad he's gone.
all right, let's not waste any more time. Let's really quickly go over to the predictions for this week. Um, do you want me to go first, or you want to go first this week?
How about you go first? We'll
You
keep
make
up the tradition.
We'll keep up the tradition. All right, I'll go first. I'll start with Thursday Night Football. Baltimore is headed to Miami, and okay, if you ever want a BTA prediction, this is a BTA prediction because Baltimore, I do not remember the last time they didn't drop 50 on this team. This is just an always bad matchup for Miami. I think it'll be another one. I don't know if they drop at 50. I'm not predicting that, but my point is Baltimore will take care of business. They will beat the Dolphins this week. I will not harp on the rest of that though. Hold on. Just reassure me. What are the primetime games this week? So I don't have it pulled up that way. What are the primetime games this week?
Okay, so Sunday night football is Seahawks Commanders. Monday night football is Cardinals Cowboys.
I'll get to those two in a second. Um, Texans play the Broncos at Houston. Houston's winning this game. It's two good defenses. I think the Houston defense is just a little bit better right now. I think they can hold the Broncos offense, and I think the Texans will score more. Chargers head to Tennessee. Chargers better win by like 25. Chargers better put BTA. Steelers play the Colts. I have the Steelers winning, but but I think it'll be a field goal game. I do think this is going to come down to a 27-24 game. Tell you what, if the Colts prove me wrong and win this week, they will be in my top five in my power rankings, guaranteed, guaranteed. If they win this game, but
Guaranteed.
guaranteed. I can't guarantee we're in the top five, but they'll be in the top five, guaranteed.
Well,
You
as we like to do on this show,
gonna
got to
bet?
put a crisp 20 on it.
All
You
right,
have to. You
put a
have
crisp
to.
20 on it. All right, let me quickly finish the rest of these here. Um, Man, hold on. I'm just seeing this. How did the Bills and Chiefs not get Sunday Night Football? That's what I
Hey,
want
this
to
was
know.
decided a while ago, but
That's what I
no, we
want
got
to
a
know.
better game on Sunday night football anyway. It's better.
Okay.
Oh, it is. It's a
Bills play
better
the
game.
Chiefs in Buffalo. Buffalo, I think they have not lost this regular season game, and I don't know how long, and I don't think this is going to be the year it changes because we'll get the inevitable in the playoffs, but we'll get there when we get there. Buffalo will beat Kansas City this week, and they'll continue. They'll actually beat a serious contender, which will be an important win for them. Jacksonville heads to Las Vegas. Jacksonville will win this game coming off a bye. Oh, as is Vegas, but Jacksonville's just better. Um, Cincinnati goes to play Chicago in Cincinnati. Cincinnati really needs a bounce back win, and I think they'll actually get it this week. That's my upset of the week. Give me the Bengals over the Bears. Falcons go to play the Patriots. I actually think the Falcons defense is going to step it back up this week. And they can't afford another game like Miami, and I think this is a trap game for New England, who's on a high, playing good defense. Give me the Falcons in this game. I think this is a team that can upset them. Um, Packers are playing against the Panthers. Give me the Packers in Lambeau. Lions are playing the Vikings in Detroit. Give me the Lions. Giants are playing the 49ers in New York without Scadaboo. This is a game the 49ers will just win. Okay. Rams play the Saints. Yeah, I get PTSD every time I see these two teams playing each other, but give me the Rams in this game. They're playing in LA. Not that I would change it if they were playing in New Orleans, but give me the Rams.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football, Washington plays against Seattle. Seattle's winning. This is on the road. Not only is it on the road, it's a primetime game, and I'm still questionable about Jane Daniels, and we obviously know the McLaurin situation and all that stuff. Give me the Seahawks. And then on Monday Night Football, Cowboys play the Cardinals. I really think the Cardinals really just desperately need to get back in the win column, but the Cowboys are not going to. The Cowboys are so 500. The Cowboys will win this game. So those are my predictions for this week.
All right. Sounds like our predictions fall in line quite a bit. Let me get into mine. Thursday night football, Ravens and Dolphins. Dolphins are on a little bit of a hot streak, I guess you could say. I mean, they're putting up some points. Forget about the Browns game, but they put up points against the Chargers. They did their thing against the Falcons. Unfortunately, though, I don't see that happening tomorrow night. I think the Ravens are going to get that victory, or tonight when you're seeing this. Um, and then Colts and Steelers. I think the Colts could put up 50 points, 200 rushing yards for Jonathan Taylor. I mean, this is an awful matchup. That defense is going to get shredded by the Colts. Um, so I see the Colts winning big there. Broncos, and Texans. This is going to be an ugly game. I'm calling it right now. This is two really good defenses and offenses that are getting hot. So I think it's going to come down to which offense steps up. And I honestly do think it's going to be Houston. I think the Texans are going to win this game. It's kind of a must-win game for them if they want to get back in the playoff hunt. Chargers and Titans. I like the Chargers here. Vikings and Lions, give me the Lions. 49ers and Giants. I think the Giants are going to struggle without Scatterbo. They could lose a lot of their run game. Tyrone Tracy has been good in the past, though. He could potentially step up. Give me the 49ers in that one, though. Panthers and Packers. I like the Packers in this one. Not sure what the timetable is on Bryce Young's injury. Bears and Bengals. Give me the Bears to rebound from last week. Falcons and Panthers. I actually agree with you. I'm a little mad you stole that from me. The Falcons are a weird team. Sometimes they play really good. Sometimes they play really bad. And they've had a couple bad weeks in a row. I don't think they're going to get a third. I think they're going to win against the Patriots. It kind of feels like the Patriots are due for a bad game. They haven't had one in a very long time. So I think the Falcons are going to get this one. Saints and Rams, give me the Rams. Jacksonville and the Raiders, I think the Jags need a win to get back on the right track, and they will do so. Chiefs and Bills, this is the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl. They win this all the time in the regular season, and they celebrate it
Ouch.
like
Yeah, ouch.
big. I actually don't think it's going to happen this year. I do see the Kansas City Chiefs picking up a win here because I think something's still a little off about Buffalo. I'm not completely sure on that win after beating the Panthers because the Panthers brought in Andy Dalton, who, I mean, similar to Kirk
Oh my
Cousins.
God, here we go.
Once again, just a little, just kind of old, just kind of walking around with a cane. Like, look, he's not supposed to go out there and beat the Buffalo Bills. It's not happening. So the Bills still a little sketchy. Seahawks and Commanders. I like the Seahawks in this one on Sunday Night Football, running the beautiful throwback jerseys as well. So very excited to see that. And then on Monday Night Football, the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. The Cardinals need a victory so bad, but if Kyler Murray's back, they better not start him. If they want to win this game, they better keep Jacoby
I'm not
Brissett
even gonna
in.
argue that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for rage bait. This is rage bait. No, I'm not
Give
falling
in.
for it.
Give in. Give me the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. I think. I will say though, if Jacoby Brissett plays, the Cardinals could win this game. But if Kyler Murray plays, Dallas is winning.
I'm not falling for this rage bait. It's just not happening. I'm not doing
It's
it.
not rage bait.
It's rage bait.
It's an honest opinion
It's rage
and
bait.
fact
It's
for
rage
me.
bait that I'm not falling for. So we're gonna continue to move. We're gonna continue to move along here. Those are our week. What are we on? Week 9. Give it up for week 9. Everybody, give it up for week 9.
Number 9 in the
These are
house.
these are our week 9 picks. Let's move to the college side of things. Before we talk about the elephants, plural, in the room, why don't we go ahead and look at the past week and the rankings and all the normal stuff we look at real quick. Coming out of last week, let me make sure I'm looking at the right week here because I feel like I have the wrong one pulled up. So momentarily, as I take a pause, did anything catch your eye this week in college?
Something did catch my eye. Georgia Tech, we were a little bit worried about them coming in this weekend. They had maybe their best performance of the year, going in and beating the brakes off of Syracuse. Look, this is the year it is happening. That stood out to me. I like to see Indiana doing their thing, blowing out teams. That was kind of expected. Alabama, kind of in a little bit of a nail biter, you could say, but they ended up pulling it off. And then the game of the week, in my opinion, that Texas-Mississippi State game coming down to
Wow,
overtime.
that was
I
crazy.
picked Mississippi State to win in last week's predictions. Didn't quite pan out, but it came very close. Arch Manning, by the skin of his, by the teeth of his skin, or whatever they
The
say.
skin of his teeth, yeah. That was butchered bad.
The skin of his teeth wins the game and keeps Texas alive.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything there. I mean, I wasn't expecting Alabama to be that close to South Carolina. They almost lost that game. That would have been crazy. That would have flipped the SEC on its head, but
Yes.
not to be. Other games that happened this week, Virginia took care of UNC, although that was a very close game. Virginia almost did not. Um, Memphis beat South Florida, which I'm so sad because I really wanted to see the Bulls make a run for the AAC. They're very close, ACC and AAC, but I wanted to see them make a run at the AAC. Will not happen this year. They lost to a team that they're playing in their own conference. Ole Miss took care of Oklahoma in a close game, though. It was one score. So kind of how we expected it, but I thought Oklahoma would win. Um, Indiana beat the brakes off UCLA, as you said. Georgia Tech, Alabama, all those games we covered. BYU beat Iowa State kind of convincingly, which was a good win for them. They kind of needed a win like that. Vanderbilt beat Missouri. Like, man, I told you Missouri was gonna do this too. I give the whole Carl Edwards reference and everything, and
Carl Edwards.
I feel bad that I was right. But I was right. Mizzou did it again. Vanderbilt takes care of business. Um, Cincinnati beat Baylor. Texas Tech won their game against Oklahoma State. They didn't even allow a point. Sorry. Uh, Texas, as you said, Oregon beats Wisconsin. Miami wins Texas A&M. They took care of LSU in what was Brian Kelly's last game as a coach. Michigan State. Wow, that would have been a bad misspeak. Michigan beat Michigan. Michigan beat Michigan State. Louisville beat Boston College, which that was actually a close game for a lot of the game, which was very scary. Tennessee beats Kentucky. Don't let them know that Kentucky scored 34. You watch out for those Wildcats.
Yeah.
Houston beat Arizona State. Like, people were telling me that was on upset alert. I was not believing it. I was wrong. All right. Houston, you guys got that. And then Utah beat Colorado. 53-7. Crazy game.
Yikes.
Let's look at the rankings after this week. Let's see. You stop me if there's anything crazy you hear here. I'll go kind of slow. Ohio State at 1, Indiana at 2, Texas A&M at 3, Alabama at 4, Georgia at 5, Oregon at 6, Ole Miss 7, Georgia Tech 8,
Whoop, whoop.
Vanderbilt 9.
That's crazy. Not saying it's bad, but
It feels weird. It feels a little weird.
It does feel weird. Proud of them.
Miami 10, BYU 11, Notre Dame 12, Texas Tech 13. I mean, we already covered Notre Dame. I'm trying not to. Tennessee 14, Virginia 15, Louisville 16, Cincinnati 17, Oklahoma 18.
Too high.
I don't know. I feel like you have to kind of value the fact that they still are a 6-2 team.
Yeah, but they should be behind Texas. They have the same record as Texas. Texas beat them head to head.
Oh no, I agree.
Texas is on a 3-game winning streak,
I
whereas
agree.
Oklahoma has lost 2 of their last 3. So Texas, to me, should definitely be ahead.
I agree. That Michigan win is definitely carrying their ranking right now.
Yeah.
Which I'm about to get to in a second. Missouri is 19, Texas is 20, as we just mentioned. And as I just mentioned, Michigan 21. Houston is ranked, they are 22. USC is back in rankings, I think. They're 23. Utah 24.
Week, but yeah.
And Memphis 25. I don't think, aside from that Texas and Oklahoma situation, nothing too bad there. The committee's actually been very good at ranking this year, generally. So, again, none of that really matters till playoff time, but always good to look at. So, let's look ahead to Week 10. We are so close to getting to the end of this college season. It's crazy. Week 10 of 15. But let's dive into it just a little bit here. So, Memphis is playing Rice. If Memphis loses this game after just beating South Florida, oh my God, you don't understand the frustrations I'll have. Memphis.
We could be in for a spooky Halloween if they lose that game. That's for sure.
You're going Memphis here, right? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Going Memphis.
Right.
It's not that spooky.
Right.
Right.
Vanderbilt plays Texas. This could be game of the week, honestly. if Texas wins this game, Texas immediately puts themselves back in SEC contention. Not for the championship, but like to make the playoffs. Like
Yeah,
if
I
Texas
mean,
wins this game.
for sure. So for me, I think Arch Manning could have a very hard time with his Vandy defense. Vanderbilt has very good defense, as we know. They kind of slow the game down, control the clock. Their defense keeps him in the game, and to me, that is not a good matchup for Arch Manning. And so I actually think that Texas is going to struggle in this one, but I do think they're going to eke out a win and take down Vanderbilt. I feel like Vanderbilt's kind of due for a bad game, and so I think Texas, in desperate need of a win, is going to struggle, but get it done.
At the end of the day, look at it this way: it's big school, historically great school versus Vanderbilt. I've seen this story too many times. Give me Texas over Vanderbilt. I'm in agreement here. I don't know if that's an upset. I think people are actually kind of predicting that.
I'm sure I would bet Texas is favored in that game.
So give me Texas in this game, although that will be a close game. So it will not look like a bad loss for Vanderbilt. West Virginia is playing Houston. Houston's going to win this game. It won't mean anything for them. They're not going to make the playoffs or anything, but a nice win for Houston. All right. I'm just going to say it now. I will take the over on whatever line Ohio State has playing Penn State this week. Give me the over. Whatever the line is, it could be 50, 60. I don't care. Give me the over. It's going to happen. Just
look, Penn State, Ohio State, this is the game of the week right here. This is the matchup that since the beginning of the year, we've all been pinpointing. And wait a minute. Wait, hold up. Penn State's 3-4. Am I hearing this right? Okay, I've just been told Penn State is 3-4. I thought Penn State was supposed to be like the second best team in the country. Wait, hold on. 3, yeah, I'm hearing it right. 3-4. This was supposed to be game of the year. What happens?
Didn't your team fire their 20-year long tenured head coach? Isn't Gundy gone?
Look.
Aren't the
He's
Gundanites in
gone,
shambles?
All right, well,
yeah. That's what I thought.
we can move on to the next game now.
Ohio State will win this game. Just 3-5. So thrilled, love it, guys. Miami plays SMU. God, my SMU pick, man. That turned out rough. That might be worse than my Jets pick. That was bad.
Well, I don't know about that. It's bad. I don't know if it's that bad.
Whatever. Give me Miami in this game. They're not dropping. I don't think they're dropping another game all year. Miami. I don't think. Okay. I don't remember who they're playing off on my head.
I don't see it happening either. Yeah, I'm picking Miami.
Louisville over Virginia Tech, although that'll be a close game. Virginia Tech is a scary good team, especially at home. It is in Virginia Tech.
Louisville's winning that one, I think.
No, yeah, but Virginia Tech at home is a decent team. They're not winning, but my goodness, will this be a great game between Georgia and Florida? My goodness, is Florida
Georgia will make it a good game.
They
will play with their food. They're going to play with the Gators, and ultimately they're going to win at the end.
I honestly think that the Gators are going to lead late. I think this is going to be one of those games. The Gators lead late, and then Georgia's going to be remembering, oh, wait, we have to play football. And then they're just going to go and score like 10 points, and this game's going to look worse than it was, or better than it was for them. But Georgia will win. They'll take care of business against Florida. Man, not a lot of upsets this week. But one I could point out, Notre Dame and Boston College. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
Look. I think Notre Dame deserves a little bit of a pass from us. They're on a 5-game winning streak.
No, yeah.
We slander them more than anyone else in the world.
Yeah.
Let's give them a little bit of a break.
All right. You'll beat Boston College by a point. Boston College, they're losing this week. Notre Dame got it in the bag. Texas Tech, they play Kansas State. This could be actually a really good game, honestly. Maybe game of the week, but give me Texas Tech here. I think they'll handle Kansas State. This would be an unfortunate game and probably an unrecoverable game if Texas Tech lost.
Yeah.
But they'll take care of business. Indiana plays Maryland. If whoever scheduled Indiana's schedule deserves a ring for just top tier avoiding most of the competition.
Okay, they did just
I know
destroy Oregon. Not destroy, but put
they
a
they
good.
they played a great game against Oregon, but I feel like they've played nobody else, which I don't know. But no, I still think they're a great team. That's not me knocking the team. That's just me saying they have played a very light schedule. To be fair to them. Um, Virginia is playing Cal. Virginia will win this game. Although they're traveling all the way out to Cal for this game, so hats
Yeah,
off to whoever scheduled that game. It's a far game.
yeah.
uh, South Carolina, after playing close to Alabama, makes me think they're going to play close to Ole Miss. Although they don't, I don't think they're winning either. Um,
No, it'll be a close game, but again, I don't see them winning that.
Give me Ole Miss. Michigan plays Purdue in Michigan. Give me Michigan. Purdue in football. They don't mix. They don't mix.
Yeah, yeah, that's not a thing.
Basketball. Now that's where it's at. But
But yeah,
they don't.
we don't talk basketball on here though. Sorry.
Not yet.
Maybe in the future. Maybe in the
Not yet.
future.
Not yet. We got a lot of dead months for football. Whatever.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech plays NC. Hold on. Moment of prayer.
I was about to say we need this.
Okay. So Georgia Tech will take care of business against NC State.
Yes, yes, they will. They will.
USC plays Nebraska. I'm giving Nebraska the win here. I don't know if it's crazy. I don't
What?
think it
Oh,
is.
okay. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna have USC winning, but
Is that a
sure.
random game for me to just?
That is kind of random. I haven't seen much out of Nebraska, if anything, but sure.
Well, no, we have a little time. I can go into their schedule just a little bit here. Um, Nebraska just beat Northwestern. They lost to Minnesota, but they beat Maryland. They beat Michigan State. They played close to Michigan, who USC I think lost to. So I'm just saying. They played good against their tough competition. That's mainly what my point is. So give me Nebraska. Um, this will be game of the week. We keep saying it. This will be game of the week here. Like as in importance. Tennessee at home plays Oklahoma. Both teams are must win. Cannot lose this game. Can't.
Yeah.
I'm asking you first. Season's on the line. Literally, like lose this game, you're probably not making the playoffs. So season on the line. Who do you put your faith in? Oklahoma, who is on a losing streak, but at their highs look higher in my opinion, or Tennessee, who is at home, has the better team right now, and have played better recently.
I like Tennessee in this matchup. I'm gonna be honest. It's I think the teams are close. I give Tennessee an edge because I'm a little sketchy about Oklahoma, and it's in Tennessee as well. I think that just leans the scale even more in their favor, and so I think they do win this game in a crucial SEC matchup.
Do I want to disagree with you just to disagree? Do I want to just be? Do I just want to be? Do I just want to be contrarian?
Go with what you think is going to happen. Be yourself, Kai. Don't change for other people, okay? The best things in life are done when we're true to our own selves. So whether that's having the Atlanta Falcons in the power rankings, you got to be true to yourself. And in your case,
true to myself.
You felt deep down inside the Falcons were a top 10 team, so you put them in your top 10, and I applaud you on that.
True to myself, then Boston College win this week.
Bro, oh my gosh.
No, but on a serious note, Oklahoma playing Tennessee. This is actually a really tough game here. I'm going to count. We're gonna make this a game here. We're gonna make this a game. I have a fun way to do this. I have a spoon in my hand. Ready?
What?
I have a spoon. Don't mind how I got the spoon. I have a spoon. If I want you to tell me, I'm gonna flip the spoon. If it lands like this, call it. Are you calling this or are you calling this? Are you calling it bottom or top?
Buffalo Bills enjoyers will do anything but flip a coin. You will literally flip a spoon because coins give you such PTSD.
Just another coin near me to be blunt with you.
Give me the bottom of the spoon.
So this?
You know what? Yeah.
All right. So bottom is Oklahoma, top Tennessee. So I guess I'm going Oklahoma.
How about that?
So we're
true
going
to the spoon.
True to the spoon.
Wow.
I'm
impressed.
Such a stupid bit.
What is it, bro?
We're gonna have a spoon. We're gonna put that the thumbnail. I'll talk to our guy. We're gonna have a spoon. Me holding like this. This will be exactly the thumbnail.
We did have some spooning on this episode, believe it or not.
I don't know if that's what I'd say. That's not the words I'd say, but yeah, give me Oklahoma. I think it'll be close either way. And then Cincinnati plays Utah. Man, I don't know who they're going to win this game. I don't know. I think they both need to win. Give me
Yeah,
Cincinnati. I think they're just a little bit better.
I have Utah. I think they're better, but
It's just such a
it could go either.
50-50. Like
It
they
could
could
go either
that
way. I
yeah.
see Utah winning. It's a home game, and I actually do think they're better than Cincinnati, despite what the ranking would show. But I like Utah in this matchup.
Sorry, I'm just looking ahead real quick, and I know we never do this, but I'm sorry. Next week, like not this coming, but the next week, we have Georgia and Mississippi State, and I'm just saying, bro, prepare for like a 50-53 masterful game.
Oh
Georgia's
my
gonna
god.
play them close. It's gonna be great. I'm sorry. I just was looking
Yeah.
ahead. That's gonna be so
No,
fun.
I'm not. I
Um,
can't disagree.
all right, I did want to end this video. Let's be serious here for a minute. I did want to end this video on the coaching topic. Obviously, Brian Kelly, he got fired over the past week or days. I don't know what the total situation is on that. James Franklin, I obviously we didn't cover this enough. He got fired a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember the name of the Florida coach, and I absolutely should. I'm just forgetting off the top of my head. But he also,
Billy Napier.
yes, or is it him? Did he get fired? Yeah, Napier got fired, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got fired too. So um, the LSU job, I want to talk about this in particular, is the third or fourth best job in the country. Alabama is number one, right? That obviously. Number two is probably Georgia or Ohio State. Those two are two and three. Then it's LSU. That's just the next oh my god, college football team. It's just recognizable. So who is the top candidates and who do you think is getting this job?
I'm not sure. I hear the whispering that stands out the most to me is Kelvin Shepard, the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. I've heard rumors of him getting the step up. The Lions defense, I think, has improved from Aaron Glenn to Kelvin Shepard, which says a lot because Aaron Glenn was a top head coaching candidate last year. So I think if any team gets Kelvin Shepard, that would be a big W for them.
Lane Kiffin. I keep hearing it. I just think that if there's ever a time to jump to a team that has a higher ceiling than Ole Miss, now's the time. I think Ole Miss, he's doing about as much he's gonna get out of them. That's my honest opinion. I think if he switches to LSU, although it might take a little bit, I think that team I think he can build more with LSU in that program. Honestly, that's just my honest 2 cents on that.
That's not a Lane Kiffin thing. He's built up this Ole Miss team.
I
He'd have a hard time
I
leaving.
I think he'd take that. I think he'd take that call. I think he could do more with LSU.
And go to a rival? I don't see it.
Something's telling me Lane Kiffin.
Is it the same thing that had the Atlanta Falcons in your power rankings?
All
Is it
right, all
that same
right, bro.
personality?
Okay, you know as well as I did at the time that was not a bad prediction or not thought,
I
whatever
mean,
prediction.
it wasn't.
It
They were
wasn't
3-3.
whatever. Anyway, all right. We haven't talked about them basically since their atrocious loss to UCLA, but we got to talk about Penn State for a moment here. James Franklin got fired a couple of weeks ago. I didn't cover this. I wanted to cover this, but we never really got to it. He got fired. It was kind of out of the blue, actually, from what I heard. He was 15 minutes from his team meeting, and then the AD came in and basically told him that they were going in a different direction. So he was obviously let go, but he was obviously told he was gonna get let go. So he went in, had the team meeting, said goodbye to basically everybody. Um, I feel bad, but at the same time, I understand the situation, right? But that obviously leads us to two questions, really. Where does James Franklin go? And who's filling that vacancy at Penn State? Um, do you want to fill it? Because I have no idea who's gonna.
Look, I'll take it,
like
honestly. I'll
like
take the job.
do you want to have a $15 buyout?
I'll do it. Look, I feel like I
I'll do
could
it for
come
free.
in, you'll do it for free.
I'll do it for
Look,
free.
you're on campus, so it'd be much easier for you
Yeah,
to do this.
I'll do it for free. Just saying, they offer me, I'll do it for free. Seriously, but
Okay.
on a serious note, I don't know. I don't really know who take that job. I feel like that and the Florida job both are kind of up in the air, at least in my opinion. Um, both are kind of in weird spots. They both have one has a very young developing quarterback and a team around them that is kind of needing some building, and the other has a team around them without a quarterback that's really proven themselves to a fullest extent at college level. So, and he's now hurt for the year too. So, I don't know, where it's just a weird situation. So, um, do you have any
Well,
other? Huh?
so I did this calculations tool that I like to call figure out what the best destination for head coach is.
It's a long name.
Um, yeah, this is metric, and basically I put it together over this last week, and it basically, I put in these numbers and it spit out the best teams for coaches to go to. It involves culture, wins, losses, point differentials, offensive EPA, defensive EPA, all this stuff, historic wins, the aura of the team as well,
I feel like you're giving me some
everything.
BS right here, but just
No,
spit
no, no.
it.
Okay, okay. So Oklahoma State was obviously the most highly, the most highly desired coaching job, obviously. And then after that is your LSU's, your Florida's, your Penn State's. But Penn State was kind of low on there. It was behind LSU and Florida. So I think teams would rather go to LSU and Florida first. They'd like to get some SEC play before they get some Big Ten play.
That's fair. Honestly, that's fair. I wouldn't want to go into a conference with Oregon, Indiana, and Ohio State either, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
that's very scary. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Time will tell. Obviously, better than anyone either of us can. Do you have anything else before I send us off here?
Nope, that's it for me.
Hey guys, the New York Jets still suck. I know they won, but they still suck.
They do suck.
They're
They do. They,
they're so bad.
sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, they're bad.
So,
Oh, and sorry, we have to do this one more time because we did it last time. Let's just get one more prayer for Georgia Tech real quick.
yeah, one more for Georgia Tech.
Okay, perfect. All right. Just gotta make sure we get our prayers out there. We want Georgia Tech to go
Yeah.
undefeated, as is everybody else. All right. So that'll wrap up our 9th episode of football here between the NFL and college. Next week we get to look at Week 9's results in the NFL and Week 10 of college. Closing in on the playoff picture, especially on the college side of things. We'll see how that all pans out. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and joining us. We will see you guys next week.